Imagine a place where the deep blue of the sea meets the golden sun of history. This is a land shaped by the gods, where ancient ruins stand guard over vibrant modern life. From the iconic white buildings of the islands to the rugged mountains of the mainland, every corner tells a story that is thousands of years old. Greece is more than just a destination. It is an experience that stays with you forever. Whether you are walking through the cradle of democracy, watching the most famous sunset in the world, or exploring hidden monasteries perched high on giant rocks, there is something here for every traveler. In this video, we are going exploring. We will uncover the beauty of the sandy beaches, the secrets of the ancient temples, and the charm of the cobblestone streets. Get your bags packed and your heart ready for an unforgettable journey. We are starting our adventure right now through the most breathtaking locations across this Mediterranean paradise. Perched high on the edge of a massive volcanic crater, this island is often called the crown jewel of the Aegean Sea. Its history is as dramatic as its landscape, born from one of the largest volcanic eruptions in human history thousands of years ago. Today, what remains is a breathtaking crescent of cliffs that drop straight into the deep blue water. The most famous site here is the village of Ia. It is a maze of narrow, winding alleys and iconic whitewashed houses with bright blue domes that look out over the sea. Watching the sun dip below the horizon from the ruins of the old Venetian castle is a moment people travel across the world to see. For a taste of the island's ancient soul, the ruins of Akrotiri offer a glimpse into a civilization frozen in time by volcanic ash, much like a Greek version of Pompeii. If you prefer the coast, you can visit beaches with sand unlike any other, from the deep black volcanic shores of Parisa to the striking red cliffs of the famous Red Beach. Known far and wide as the Island of the Winds, this destination is a sparkling mix of traditional charm and high-energy glamour. The heart of the island is the main town, where a labyrinth of whitewashed alleys creates a beautiful maze. Here, bright pink flowers drape over balconies, and hidden chapels wait around every corner. One of the most legendary sights is the row of historic windmills standing proudly on a hill overlooking the sea. These 16th century structures once ground grain for the entire region, but today they serve as the perfect spot to watch the sky turn shades of orange and purple. Just below them, the district of Little Venice features houses built right on the edge of the water, with colorful balconies that feel the spray of the Aegean waves. For those who love the sun, the beaches here are world-class. You can find everything from the high energy and famous music of Paradise Beach to the calm, turquoise waters of Ornos. If you seek a deeper connection to the past, a short boat ride takes you to the nearby island of Delos, the mythical birthplace of the god Apollo, and one of the most important archaeological sites in all of Greece. As the oldest capital in Europe, this city is a living museum where the foundation of Western civilization was laid more than 3,000 years ago. Everywhere you turn, ancient columns and marble temples look down from the hills onto a bustling modern metropolis. The heart of the city is the Acropolis, a rocky citadel that has watched over the people for centuries. Its most famous building, the Parthenon, was built in the 5th century before the Common Era and remains a global symbol of democracy and architectural perfection. Nearby, the ancient agora serves as a reminder of where great philosophers like Socrates and Plato once walked and debated the meaning of life. At the foot of the sacred hill lies the district of Plaka. Known as the neighborhood of the gods, its narrow cobblestone streets are lined with neoclassical houses and blooming flowers. Just a few steps away, you will find the neighborhood of Anafiotika, a hidden oasis built by workers from the islands. With its tiny whitewashed houses and quiet alleys, it feels as though a piece of the Aegean Sea has been transported into the center of the city. Rising high above the modern city, this sacred rock is the most important ancient site in the Western world. For over 2,500 years, it has stood as a symbol of the peak of human achievement and the birth of democracy. The entire plateau is covered in marble monuments that once gleamed in white and gold, dedicated to the gods of Olympus. The most famous structure is the Parthenon, a massive temple built for the goddess Athena in the 5th century before the Common Era. Its towering columns were designed with perfect mathematical precision, creating an optical illusion of absolute straightness that still baffles architects today. Nearby, the Erechtheion stands with its famous porch held up by the Caryatids, 6 beautiful statues of women that serve as pillars. As you walk through the monumental entrance known as the Propylaea, you can feel the history beneath your feet. To the side sits the small but elegant Temple of Athena Nike, built to celebrate the victory of the Greeks. From the edge of the limestone cliffs, you can look down at the Theater of Dionysus, the oldest theater in the world, where the great plays of ancient tragedy and comedy were first performed. Standing at the highest point of the sacred rock, this masterpiece of marble is the ultimate symbol of ancient Greece. Built in the 5th century before the Common Era, it was dedicated to Athena Parthenos, the patron goddess of the city. For over 2,400 years, its massive white columns have dominated the skyline, representing the power and the artistic soul of the Athenian Golden Age. What makes this temple truly incredible are the secrets hidden in its design. The architects used brilliant mathematical tricks to make the building look perfect to the human eye. Not a single line in the structure is actually straight. The columns lean slightly inward, and the floor curves upward. These subtle adjustments were made so that from a distance, the temple appears perfectly balanced and strong. In ancient times, the interior held a colossal statue of the goddess made of gold and ivory, standing nearly 12 meters tall. While that statue was long gone, the exterior friezes still tell the stories of epic battles and grand processions. Even though it has survived wars, explosions, and the passage of centuries, the scale of the ruins remains overwhelming. Often called the co-capital of Greece, this vibrant port city is a beautiful mosaic of Roman, Byzantine, and Ottoman history. Founded over 2,300 years ago and named after the half-sister of Alexander the Great, it stretches along the curve of the Thermaic Gulf, offering some of the most stunning waterfront views in the country. The undisputed symbol of the city is the White Tower. Standing tall on the promenade, this 16th-century stone fortress has served as a lighthouse, a prison, and now a museum that tells the story of the city's transformation. A short walk away, you will find the Arch of Galerius and the Rotunda, massive brick structures built by a Roman emperor in the 4th century that still dominate the city center with their intricate carvings and towering domes. As you climb the steep streets toward the upper town, known as Acropolis, the modern city fades away. This historic district, with its traditional timber houses and narrow alleys, is surrounded by massive Byzantine walls that have protected the people for over 1,500 years. From the fortress at the very top, you can see the entire city spreading out toward the sea, especially beautiful as the sun begins to set. Located on the northwest coast of the island of Crete, this city is widely considered one of the most beautiful and romantic spots in all of Greece. It is a place where layers of history are stacked on top of one another, from ancient Minoan foundations to the grand architecture left behind by Venetian and Ottoman rulers. The heart of the city is the old Venetian harbor, built in the 14th century. Its most famous landmark is the Egyptian lighthouse, which stands proudly at the end of a long stone pier, guiding ships for hundreds of years. Across the water, the Mosque of the Janissaries, with its distinct pink domes, serves as a reminder of the city's complex and multicultural past. Tucked behind the harbor is a labyrinth of narrow, colorful alleys known as the Old Town. Here, the stone walls are draped in purple flowers, and hidden courtyards lead to tiny craft shops and traditional tavernas. Walking through these streets feels like stepping back in time, especially in the Jewish and Turkish quarters, where the buildings have stood for over 500 years. Nestled between the busier cities of the island, this town is a beautifully preserved treasure where the Renaissance still feels alive. Walking through its center is like wandering through a living history book, where elegant Venetian mansions stand side by side with Ottoman minarets and arched stone doorways. The crown of the town is the Fortezza, a massive 16th century star-shaped fortress built on a hill overlooking the sea. Its thick limestone walls once protected the citizens from pirates and invaders, and inside, the Sultan Ibrahim Mosque remains, with its impressive dome as a reminder of the many empires that have claimed this land. From the ramparts, you can see the red tiled roofs of the old town stretching out toward the sparkling Mediterranean. Down at the water's edge, the Venetian harbor is a picture of old-world charm. Though it is small, its historic lighthouse and the traditional wooden fishing boats create a scene that hasn't changed much in hundreds of years. The nearby Raimondi fountain, built in the early 17th century, still pours water from 3 stone lion heads, serving as a central meeting point for locals and travelers alike. As the largest city on the island of Crete, this bustling port is a gateway to one of the most mysterious and ancient civilizations in human history. For over 5,000 years, this location has been a crossroads of the Mediterranean. Where the legendary Minoan kings once ruled from their massive palaces. Today, it is a city where modern life flows around giant Venetian walls and ancient stone fortifications. The most iconic site in the city is the Koules Fortress, a massive 16th century sea tower that stands guard at the entrance of the old harbor. Its thick stone walls, marked with the winged lion of Saint Mark, have survived centuries of storms and sieges. Walking along the pier toward the fortress, you can see the traditional blue fishing boats bobbing in the water, just as they have for hundreds of years. In the heart of the city, the Lion Square is the center of social life. At its middle stands the Morosini Fountain, built in the 17th century, where 4 stone lions have poured water for the thirsty citizens for over 400 years. Stepping into this sprawling archaeological site is like walking directly into the pages of Greek mythology. Located just a short distance from the modern city of Heraklion, this was the ceremonial and political heart of the Minoan civilization over 3,500 years ago. It is famously known as the home of King Minos and the site of the legendary labyrinth that once held the fearsome Minotaur. The palace was an architectural marvel of the Bronze Age, standing 5 stories high in some places, with over 1,300 interconnected rooms. Unlike the austere marble temples of later eras, this palace was a riot of color. The iconic red columns, which taper downward, and the vibrant frescoes of charging bulls and graceful dolphins bring the ancient world to life in a way few other ruins can. As you wander through the central court, you are standing in the very spot where public festivals and sacred bull-leaping ceremonies took place thousands of years ago. The throne room, which still holds the original stone chair of the king, is considered the oldest throne room in Europe. Nearby, the complex drainage systems and light wells show that the Minoans were masters of engineering long before the rest of the world caught up. Stepping through the towering gates of this city is like crossing a bridge directly into the Middle Ages. As one of the best preserved medieval settlements in all of Europe, the Old Town is a living fortress where history has been carved into every golden stone for over 700 years. Enclosed by 4 kilometers of massive defensive walls, this city was once the headquarters of the legendary Knights of St. John. The most magnificent sight is the Palace of the Grand Master. Built in the 14th century, this huge stone castle with its rounded towers and grand courtyards served as a stronghold and a center of power. Just outside its doors starts the Street of the Knights, a perfectly preserved cobblestone road where the various orders of knights once lived in beautiful stone inns, each decorated with the coats of arms of their home countries. Below the medieval heights, the city changes its face in the busy squares of the old bazaar. Here, Byzantine domes and Ottoman minarets rise above the narrow alleys, creating a skyline that tells the story of many different empires. The clock tower and the Mosque of Suleiman the Magnificent are reminders of the centuries when the East and West met within these very walls. Perched on the eastern coast of the island of Rhodes, this ancient village is a stunning blend of shimmering white houses and the deep blue sea. It is one of the most famous locations in Greece, where narrow cobblestone paths wind through a hillside of whitewashed buildings that have remained largely unchanged for centuries. The crowning glory of the village is the Acropolis of Lindos. Standing on a steep cliff over 100 meters above the water, This ancient citadel holds the ruins of the Temple of Athena Lindia, built in the 4th century before the Common Era. The towering columns of the temple frame the horizon, offering a view of the coastline that has inspired travelers since antiquity. As you climb the stone steps to the summit, you pass by the relief of a Rhodian ship carved directly into the rock over 2,000 years ago. Below the ancient ruins, the village itself is a car-free maze of captains' houses and hidden courtyards. Many of the heavy stone doorways date back to the 16th and 17th centuries, when the village was a wealthy maritime center. Walking through these alleys, you'll find floors covered in traditional black and white pebble mosaics, a unique craft passed down through generations. Situated on the eastern coast of the Emerald Island, this city is a masterpiece of European history that feels more like Italy than Greece. For over 400 years, it was under the rule of the Republic of Venice, which left behind a labyrinth of narrow streets, pastel-colored buildings, and grand public squares. It is one of the few places in Greece that was never conquered by the Ottoman Empire, allowing its unique medieval and Renaissance charm to remain perfectly intact. The heart of the town is the Spianata, the largest town square in all of Greece. Bordering this grand open space is the Liston, an elegant 19th century arcade inspired by the Rue de Rivoli in Paris. Once reserved only for the nobility, today it is the perfect spot to enjoy a coffee under the vaulted arches while watching the world go by. Just a few steps away, the Palace of St. Michael and St. George stands as a reminder of the British influence on the island during the 1800s. The skyline is dominated by two massive stone fortifications. The old fortress, built in the 6th century and strengthened by the Venetians, sits on a rocky peninsula and offers views that stretch across the sea to the mountains of Albania. Widely considered one of the most romantic and beautiful cities in the country, this coastal gem was the very first capital of modern Greece after the War of Independence. Tucked away on a small peninsula in the Argolic Gulf, it feels like a step back into a more elegant era, where neoclassical mansions with wrought iron balconies line narrow streets draped in bright pink bougainvillea. The city is guarded by 3 spectacular fortresses, each with its own story. The most famous is Palamidi, a massive Venetian stronghold that sits 800 feet above the town. To reach the top, you can climb the legendary staircase of 999 steps, where you are rewarded with a panoramic view of the red-tiled roofs and the sparkling blue sea. In the harbor, the small island fortress of Bordsey floats like a stone ship, once serving as a defensive tower and later as a home for the city's executioners. The heart of the town is Syntagma Square, a grand open space paved in marble and surrounded by historic buildings, including an old mosque that once housed the first Greek parliament. Walking through the quiet alleys of the old town, you will find hidden shops selling handmade worry beads and local honey.